30 years ago, Resident Evil was born and became one of the most successful horror franchises ever and reshaped the entire genre through its design, innovation, massive sales, and cultural influences. The franchise began with Resident Evil on the PlayStation in 1996, created by Shinji Mikami and Tokuro Fujiwara. It was heavily inspired by Capcom's earlier horror RPG Sweet Home, which provided the haunted mansion concept and survival mechanics. The game introduced fixed camera angles, limited resources, puzzle solving, and intense experimentation, defining what will become the survival horror game. Why it is mattered? In the mid-90s, horror games were rare, and Resident Evil arrived as a shock. Vulnerable characters, slow pacing, and fear-driven gameplay stood out in an era dominated by fast arcade-style action. Over 213 million copies sold worldwide in 2026 makes Capcom's best-selling franchise at the top horror game series ever. Resident Evil 4 revolutionized action games with its over-the-shoulder camera influencing countless titles. Resident Evil 7 and Village returned pure horror with the first-person perspective, refreshing the series of a new generation. Cross-media empire, film, CGI movies, non-was comics, merchandise, and TV series expanded their brand globally. The film series alone cost over 1.2 billion. By its 30th anniversary, the franchise includes 11 core games, numerous remakes, and dozens of spin-offs. The franchise didn't invent the game, but it set the standard and popularized it worldwide. The original game helped bring its zombies back into mainstream entertainment. Influence on game design, resource scarcity, inventory management, and puzzle-based progression became genre staples. Iconic characters like Jill Valentine, Leon S. Kennedy, Chris Redfield, Ada Wong, and Albert Wesker became cultural icons. The Umbrella Corporation became one of the gaming's most recognizable fictional villains. Resident Evil proved that video game stories could drive across movies, TVs, and novels, paving the way for other franchises. Few franchises survived 30 years. Resident Evil adapted repeatedly changing perspectives, gameplay, styles, and narrative tones while staying true to its core identity, biological horror and human survival. In 2026, 30 years later, Resident Evil remains one of the most influential, successful, and beloved franchises in game history. A series that continually reinvents itself while shaping the horror genre for generations. Happy 30th anniversary, Resident Evil.
Get down!